Welcome to this video. What we're going to do now is talk about phone recommendations for capturing video. Now, if you are an Apple fan, this is exciting because you're getting a lot of cool features. You're getting different lenses, different options for capturing video. If you are an iOS fan, this is a great option because it looks like the new models, if you have the brand new phones, the Samsung phones seem pretty incredible to me as well. I will say before we start the video, I am a little bit biased to Apple because that's what I use. I use that for editing. I have an iMac. I have used PC in the past. I loved my Samsung cell phones when cell phones were first coming out. I'm just on the Apple train, and that's what I'm using. So, first of all, you should not be recording on, an old cell phone like this. Not every cell phone is going to be good for capturing video. This is an old phone. Of course, I'm somewhat joking. However, a lot of phones do not have the minimum requirements. First of all, if you are going to record video with your cell phone, if you don't want to go the DSLR method, that's fine. Just remember, you're going to be very limited. And also, you need to make sure that you have a smartphone, and they can be expensive. I don't take that lightly. If you're filming on a phone, I understand you paid a lot, and it is a good option. So let's go over which ones I recommend and why. So the first one is going to be the iPhone SE. Now, this camera came out about 2 years ago, and if you haven't watched on YouTube, I recommend checking out MKBHD. He's got great content. He reviews cell phones, and if you want to get even further options, maybe check out his content as well. But in terms for iPhones, the SE is a great option. So for me, this is my daily phone that I use for everything that I do for video related, producing content. And let's go over some of the key specs. Before we get into the specs of the iPhone SE, I want to talk about this option because this is what I have, and I know a lot of other people have, an older iPhone that is similar to this. And this is going to be, what I named the iPhone Red Cape Studios one, but this is going to be the XR. So what have I noticed about this phone? Well, the images are good. And then also I have 64 gigabytes of capacity. So unlike my DSLRs, I get into the hundreds of gigabytes, the 128s, the 256. One thing I want to recommend before you either switch your phone or you have one, make sure that you have at least 64 gigabytes of memory, because as you're filming higher quality data, you're going to fill up the phone's memory very quick. Okay, so that's going to be number one. Make sure you have a high capacity camera in terms of the storage on your camera. Your phone, you want to make sure you have, if you can, try to get 256 gigabytes. That's going to be a quarter of a terabyte. That's going to be great. So this is the XR. These are the specs of the XR. The 60 frames per second is really cool. I do need a lot of light for that. But the 30 frames per second is good, and I'm able to live stream very easily on this phone. So you could set up a mount this camera, and live stream from your phone. So if you're doing videos specifically for Instagram and Facebook, you probably don't even need a DSLR. And I'm the one who really loves, video technology. I'm serious about cameras. I love modifying lenses, but it depends on what you're doing. If you're filming YouTube content and you're editing, that's different, and we're going to go over that in this course. However, if you are strictly doing live streams, we're going to show you how to do that with a phone like this, and it's very easy and it's very effective. You don't even need another microphone. I find it just works, and it comes off very authentic as well. So if you have a phone, and if you have a decent phone, if you paid a lot for your phone, if you can do HD quality, if you can live stream to Facebook, YouTube with your phone, and if you have enough capacity, then you don't really need much else unless you're going to be creating custom content for YouTube where you're going to be editing a little bit as well. So that's going to be that. So why do I like the iPhone SE? I like it because, first of all, it's a cell phone. You could use it as your daily driver for, when you're out and about. Very small, compact camera. You have a very good camera, similar to what you'll have on the other higher end iPhones that you'll get. You have 4K at 24 30, and 60 frames per second. So that's going to defeat a lot of the DSLRs in terms of the tech specs. However, you're not going to have a very big size sensor, so achieving shallow depth of field is going to be tougher. But again, if you're going to use a phone, even for YouTube, it's fine. Just get the best camera that you can. And this is going to be a good option. The SE, if you are an Apple user, if you like that, even if you're not an Apple user, it's a good option. But picking up a cell phone like that to record video is going to be a pretty sweet option. In fact, it's going to have better resolution than a lot of DSLRs. It's just that resolution, don't forget, isn't everything. There's still dynamic range. There's still the amount of light you need. But with new cell phones, they're using a lot of machine learning and technology to be able to combat low light situations. So that's going to be that. That's going to be my option. The iPhone SE